Hello and welcome. This is Susan Taylor Shire. This is Soul Mastery, and it's also Treasure Chest Tuesday. I've entitled this week, The Way of the Heart, or The Ways of the Heart. The heart is a vast field for the entrance of spirit. And there is so much to learn about the heart, discover about the amazing nature of our heart. And many say it's 10 to 100, I've even heard 1,000 times, more powerful in the way we bring forward life than our brain. We think our brain is our key operating system, but you know what? The heart is even more important. So let's keep working with it to give it the space and its regal, beautiful nature which it is designed for, to allow the soul to have a place, a sanctuary, and a space for radiant expression. So, joy. Yeah! How do we get to the joy place from the heart? We've been in a transformational process, as you know, and this transformational process has brought up a lot about how we feel burdened by life, how we feel like there's so much in our outer world that we have to pay attention to that just feels like a plain burden. And that creates closure in the heart. Not to mention all the places in our heart that we've set up protection mechanisms to keep ourselves safe and in survival. And for years, lifetimes, we've only had the opportunity to know survival. It's been like, well, that's all there is, isn't there? From our beginning incarnations here, if you can't survive, how can you, connect, kind of thing. So we always have this place in us that says, well, survival is first, safety is first. That is true. But we're moving into a time of creation, and passion and purpose comes from a vibration of joy moving in the heart. And love is right there, and all the facets of love besides joy. Okay, so joy takes a little bit of cultivation, a little bit of, I won't say effort so much, but we have to focus on it. We know that when we're not feeling great about life, we have to shift our focus. We know that. We'll do what we need to do to shift our focus. Otherwise, we just sit in depression. And it gets worse and worse because we go down the rabbit hole of all those parts of us who don't feel loved, don't feel supported, don't feel seen, don't feel understood, and we will feel justified by that. Parts of us could easily feel justified that we aren't seen by the bigger world. We don't feel loved. We don't feel supported. Absolutely understandable. But how do we get down and out of that lockdown in ourselves and in our heart? This is spiritual lockdown that we're moving out of. So, cultivating joy. I would say, well, let me give you an example of some of the biggest ways we unknowingly hold protection from our heart knowing joy. One is that we push everything away. It's too much. That person's too much. I don't want to hear it. So we close our heart off. It's all too much. And we judge. We will judge. I don't think like that. I don't believe like that. Nope, that's not how I see things. Push things away. Now, what we call boundaries are important. We need to discern. I call it discernment and perception, not boundaries. We need to perceive what is appropriate for us to bring close in our heart and what is not. Absolutely. And certain people don't belong close in our heart, for sure. But this judgment of protection mechanism only hurts us. On the other side, we feel compassion, beautiful, for other people and their situations and their struggles and their suffering. And so we have a tendency to overextend our heart to another person. Because we haven't learned how to give ourselves what we need, we overextend ourselves to another person and go, oh, I want to help you feel better. And even though that seems like a great thing to do, it's actually a heart joy protection mechanism in ourselves. Okay, because really what we're doing is going, oh, I feel sorry for that person. I feel sad for that person first. And so we go into sad and try to lift them up. And unconsciously, it's to try to lift ourselves up and not feel so sad by over giving to another person. Okay, nothing wrong with giving, nothing wrong with compassion. But we have a tendency to go to extremes to protect our own hearts and these little parts of us who have never felt loved and don't know how to look for it. Okay, joy. Cultivating joy means that inside we do what we need to do to come to that place, because we all want to know joy. We all want to know our happy place, correct? From the inside out. Okay, I'm going to sniff so I can speak better. Thank you. The human body, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so here's an example. I live in the Los Angeles area, and we have an increasing number of homeless people, and I use it as an example, okay? If I see a homeless person, I can either go, oh my God, oh, creepy, what's he gonna do to me? He feels unstable, yikes, protect, protect, protect. The other side is, oh my gosh, the poor guy. Oh my gosh, I need to help him. I need to give him a shirt or a blanket or whatever it is. Again, there's nothing wrong with compassion. This is overgiving. Help, I need to help him. I need to help him. Rescue, rescue kind of thing. We don't know another person's path. And trying to overextend ourselves to another person who is not available to what we are offering is only a protection mechanism in ourselves so we don't feel the pain of their struggle. Now, what can be done instead is if I walk by a homeless person or he walks by me or whatever it is, I hold a smile in my heart because that's what I do naturally. That is where we hold joy and love, is by holding a smile in our heart all the time, okay? I'll talk more about how to get there in a minute. So if we hold a smile in our heart and we see that person and we're just naturally smiling, we will hold that smile no matter what's going on with them, okay? No matter what's going on with them. If there's a spark of recognition in them that they are available to receive that smile, heart nature, then you have something to offer. Otherwise, you keep smiling, knowing that you are radiating the joy of love, and wherever it is received, it will either spark that person to feel that it's safe again, to start to come alive, or not. That's their choice. It's not mine to do. And again, part of it is to protect myself. I will overextend so I don't have to feel their pain. If you have a smile in your heart, you don't have to protect yourself. Okay, how do you get to the smile in your heart, which gets you to joy? Remember I said we have to cultivate joy. It has to be an activity. It's like when you have to do exercise, you have to get yourself there to the exercise you're doing, whether it's dancing or Pilates, yoga, whatever it is, you have to move yourself to that space to do it. Okay, so moving yourself to the space of joy. Sometimes it's a matter of having to crack open the heart and let yourself feel how you feel, which is not very joyful. Maybe it feels sad. Maybe you feel depressed. It's okay, in essence, to have a little daily cry to help move the heart. A little bit of I feel, which is, remember, a part of you. I feel a little sad right now. I feel a little depressed. I feel a little burdened about how things are going in the world. It's okay to feel that. I do, okay? But I don't stay there. So I let that part speak, okay? I feel that in my heart. I let the sadness move, which allows motion in my heart. And then I offer some loving surround, and I ask my guidance collective to come in and embrace that part that is feeling that it longs to come forward but doesn't know how. It wants to be part of the joy, this part of me that's sad but doesn't know how to get there. So then what I do is feel that embrace, start to feel the love, start to feel a little more understood. And then I move that place of heart longing into an expanded sense of, okay, I do want something different here. I don't want to sit in sad. I want to open up to something. And then I will deliberately create something that's joyful. Whether it's a picture of a plant, a flower, there's my flowers, a baby, a whatever it is. I don't even have to go into nature. You know, we're in more quarantine now than we have been in a while. You don't have to go anywhere. You just activate that. There are tons of YouTube videos to find joy. So you just start to open that place in your heart to something else. That's the action step. Okay, and then you start to go, oh, okay, I'm going to choose this over the feeling of burden in my life. It's a deliberate choice. We are grand creators. We get to do deliberate choice. So then you start to activate that possibility of a smile in your heart. And then you claim it and say, this is how I want to live. This is what I choose. And then it becomes more inside you as your, what I call, operating system. It becomes more natural. And then you do like anything that you're cultivating, whether it's learning a language, learning something new, spiritual practice, whatever it is, you take time with it. So you cultivate that joy. You let it be numero uno. And when you feel the burden, the constriction, the protection, you go, I choose joy. And you can even do a joy journal at the end of the day. Beginning of the day, where do I want to find joy? Where did I find joy today? And it starts to become real for you. That is the way of the heart. The heart is always taking us to a greater place of joy for life. It's always wanting to do that. So it is up to us to choose to be guided by the heart, listen to it. And again, it may start by sadness or feeling burdened. That's the heart. And you honor that and help take that part of your heart that wants to know more joy to its happy place. Okay? You see how that works? Now, if some of this made sense, fantastic. If none of it made sense, that's okay too. And I want to invite you to join me for a 2-hour session on Valentine's Day. It's just the time of love, to help you to reunite with the universal heart of love. This will help boost that capacity for joy 10,000-fold when you connect to the universal heart of love. So you can know that you are a sacred revelation of the divine. And when you know you're a sacred revelation of the divine, whoa, does that ever open up your joy bunny pouring out of your heart. So I invite you to that. Go to my website, soulmastery.net, and you can sign up there, and it's going to be great. It's just 2 hours, and your life will be holy moly brand new. Okay, great. So the way of the heart is open to you, returning to joy, cultivating it, reuniting with the universal heart of love. I invite you to all those dimensions, and it's always great to be with you. Blessings of love, moving into joy to each one.